I had an absolute blast in Portland. It started off with me eating an egg salad sandwich on Frontier Airlines with my new best friend Diane, who is a Trump supporter and a fan. Flew Frontier because it was like $19 for my one flight. Landed in Oregon, and boy, was I blown away by all the nice hospitality. Look, the pilot let me get in the cockpit because I'm not just a pimp on a blimp. I'm a pimp on a plane in the cockpit. Now look at me just seeing these kids and their mom went to a Portland Trail Blazers game because I'm a pimp like that at the game. Look at downtown Portland, beautiful, just, iconic. Down the escalator because, I'm a player. And then Black Lives Matter is still a thing. Then went to Voodoo Donuts. The line was too long, so we left. Got an Oyster Po' Boy because they're they don't feel pain. They don't have a central nervous system. Then I went to Oregon State, and then we got donuts. And then I met this guy that was playing this weird keyboard. And then they have a movie theater inside the airport. Then I got on my Alaska Airlines plane, which was a Boeing Max 737 Max 8 jet, the one that crashes. And I landed safely in Dallas.
My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them all, yeah, gotta break them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alejandro Stein, and we have a very magical episode for you this evening. We have the one, the only voodoo master straight from Ghana, Africa, Donye.
Hello.
And we also have Kaya Jones. Jimmy, I want to say it right. Is it Kaya or Kaya?
I'm pretty sure it's Kaya.
Even though it's K-A-Y,
Mm-hmm.
you would think phonetically it would be Kaya, though.
Well, maybe you can ask her.
No, I'm not going to ask her. I'd like to know the proper pronunciation, but it's Kaya Jones. Yeah. She is going to talk about the conflict in the Middle East happening in the Gaza Strip, as well as the subversive sex trafficking that goes on in the entertainment industry and music industry that we don't even know about. And when we say sex trafficking, we talk about powerful music executives, people that have authority, agents, managers that manipulate vulnerable women and men in order to trick them into thinking they're going to get some sort of new song or new band or new record deal, yada, 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 in exchange for sexual favors. So she's going to expose the deep and dark and nasty side of Hollywood. So you do not want to miss that. But before we get into all that, we got to talk about Houston, Texas. One of the most insane political events I've ever been to. Kamala Harris, Donye. Now follow me, Donye. Kamala Harris got 30,000 people to show up to the Shell Energy Arena where the Houston Dynamos, the soccer team, plays in Houston. And every single person, we waited in line an hour. Every person in line. I can't wait to see Beyonce. I came here for Beyonce. Everybody was there for freaking Beyonce, right? Donye, everybody's there for Beyonce?
Pretty much.
Beyonce got on stage and didn't do a damn thing, didn't sing a song, didn't even hum a melody, didn't even give us like a sachet, didn't give us anything. And the audience was absolutely devastated, disappointed, sad. We were all a little humiliated too. I mean, I drove all the way from Dallas thinking I was going to see that. My body's so bootylicious for you, babe. Not that you're ready for this jelly. I thought I was going to get Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland. I thought I was going to get it all, and we got nothing. But the Madam Vice President did give me a little kiss. Check this out, don't you?
Okay.
Kamala, we love you!
You're my favorite stepmom.
Look at her kissing.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
I know, and everybody's mad. I'm really mad. I should have said like, "Fuck you," biatch. But I.
It was the good part of you that was just like, let me give her half black ass a break, huh?
I was trying to give her black ass a break because when I see her, it makes me think of when I go to McDonald's. Well, not anymore because now it's all Hispanic people that work at McDonald's. But it reminds me of when I was a child and Deborah, the manager at the McDonald's on Lover's Lane, I used to buy a 10-piece nug and she would slip me another extra 10-piece nug because she knew I had an overeating issue. And it brought me back because I never had a black teacher because I went to an all-white school. I would never.
Right. Okay.
How are black teachers? Are they good? Compared to white teachers.
That's a really good question. I never really thought about it until now. But I will say when they want to be. I think it depends on the subject. Like if they are
Using like hair design or like weave. And...
yeah, or either like maybe even like reading, but not math. They're terrible.
But you're saying African American teachers are not good at math.
The ones that I've had, they get mad when you ask them questions. My white teachers, they were cool though.
The black teachers, quit asking me questions. You figure it out, done yet? I mean, how would they act? I mean, can you?
They would be like, if you don't know the answer, we're just gonna call it, grade you what it is.
Yeah, wrong.
Well, like my white teacher, they would be like, come after school, study, and let me make up some work and learn some stuff.
Wow, so you're telling us that your white teachers would give you more grace and give you more personal attention and made the learning process more enjoyable and, dare I say, easier?
Yes, except my German teacher. My German teacher, she doesn't count. She's German. She's white, but she's German. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't count.
No.
Germans are Germans. They act a certain way because it's
What's
culture.
the deal with Haiti? Why are they eating all those cats? Do you know any Haitians that eat pets?
I know a lot of Haitians.
You ever heard of one eating a cat?
Maybe probably before they came to the States, but I think
Once they get here, so you think that's fake? They're not really eating the damn cats?
I think it depends on the person.
Damn. All right. Well, now let's show this graphic of Beyonce, or I like to call her Sasha Fierce. You know why she has her alter ego Sasha Fierce, Danye?
It's not a good fit.
It's not a good alter ego. That's when she worships Satan. That's when the devil inside of her comes out. And she actually channels that person, or I guess it's not even a person, that demon inside of her when she performs. Because when you're performing in front of a large group, she's basically doing like a spell. She's doing black magic on them. And so that's why she has to incorporate Sasha Fierce so that she could teach the occult and satanic undertones without, seeming like
Overly doing it.
Yeah, without overly doing it.
Yeah. Do you think that I've always thought about like what Beyonce and where like she's at right now, and this has been on my mind like for real. Like I'm always wondering how deep is she in it? Like is she mixing her New Orleans roots into it, or is she going straight demonic? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and then did you see Travis Scott? And I guess we're not going to show any of the videos, Jimmy, of the people crashing out.
No, but we have your video of the Kamala bait and switch.
Okay, well, let's play the Kamala bait and switch video. But Danye, everybody was crashing out. The people were having seizures left and right.
Was it like why though? Like
I don't know. A lot of people said it was demonic possession.
You know why? We can't say it on YouTube, but you know why.
It could be part of the reason. People were boosted up.
But there were white people
The white people were the ones crashing out the most.
Yeah, that's what, like...
Well, white people are the ones that probably went and got boosted and probably, a lot of African Americans just never got vaccinated because they're lazy, right? I mean,
I never got vaccinated.
But not because of the science, but because you were just lazy. And
the science.
It had nothing to do with science. It's just because you're lazy, you didn't want to go to CVS, you would have gotten it for free, you still didn't want it.
I was terrified, and my dad didn't get it, and even my grandma didn't get it, of course. So it's like, I wasn't going to get it.
All right, now let's watch my video of Kamala Harris doing the old razzle-dazzle bait and switch to 30,000 Houstonians that were absolutely devastated. The Kamala Harris rally in Houston, Texas was absolutely insane. Yep. You saw Beyonce and Kelly Rowland walked out. Kelly looked like Beetlejuice. And then
Look at that suit.
After that,
5XL suit.
Right?
I don't like when she does it, but I think I know why she does it.
Why is she hiding something?
What? Beyonce
No,
only
I
spoke
think
for 3
I'll
minutes.
tell
I
you
thought we were gonna get a
if you
free
want to know.
concert.
This video
Wait,
got
what?
10 million
What's going
views
on
on my Twitter.
Wait, why is she hugging Kamala? I thought this was a concert. Oh, and then Kelly and Beyonce have a nice little moment, reminiscing. And then everybody realizes it was a bait and switch, and they walked
as soon as she walked off
butts
stage,
out.
They all
As
started
soon as
walking
Kamala
out.
got on that dang stage, everybody was pissed off, rightfully so. They duped us. They duped the entire city of Houston, Texas. 30,000 pissed off people right before an election less than 2 weeks away. What is Kamala Harris thinking? It was a night to forget, I'll tell you that
Was it white and black people walking out?
It was mainly African Americans. What do you think about that? As a Kamala Harris supporter, you're a resident Kamala Harris stan. What do you say that she would tell? And let me just preface this by saying there was young children there that never seen Beyonce. Their parents couldn't afford to take them to a Beyonce concert. They were wearing their Beyonce T-shirt that they bought bootleg, outside the show, not even officially licensed merchandise. Very poor people that thought they were going to get a show. They waited in the line for hours. It was 89 degrees, 90 degrees. People were having seizures, people crashing out left and right. You bring your daughter, you come from a broken home, the dad's not involved, the dad's in jail, so the dad can't even support the kid. And finally the mom's like, well, oh my gosh, I'm working 3 jobs just to make ends meet, and finally Beyonce's gonna do something and help the city of Houston. She's gonna go and she's gonna perform a free concert so I can finally take my daughter or my niece or my nephew, to the show. And then, poof, she goes up there for 3 minutes, walks off the stage like she was never even there. Danya, how does that make you feel as a Kamala Harris supporter?
How long was she there at the rally?
3 minutes. She was on stage for I'm not exaggerating. She was on stage for 3 minutes and then walked off. And her mom introduced her. Her mom was on the stage for 3 minutes. Her and Kelly Rowland both made a speech that was 3 minutes each. And then they just walked off stage. They didn't sing. They didn't even make a joke. They didn't even, the lowest effort I've ever seen in my life, Danya.
I feel like them being from Houston and being, and I think it's the 9th greatest girl group of all time.
Yeah. Why the 9th greatest? Wait, there's 8.
They're the
Destiny's Child. I mean, Destiny's Child is one of the greatest.
They're in top 10.
That's 9th. Well, that was just very specific. Yeah.
I know, because I Googled it before I came.
Oh, okay.
But
we're the Pussycat Dolls. We have a girl from the Pussycat Dolls. They have to be in the top 20.
20, but they're not past Destiny.
What's the song? My Body. What is that song that's so good by Pussycat Dolls?
Buttons is probably the best
Loosen up my buttons, baby.
I don't know where they stand. I know they're a big group. I just don't know on the. But I think it was low effort, because especially being from Houston, knowing that it's gonna be colored and white people that support you, because you got
It was mainly black people. It was literally 89%.
Yeah, but if Paul Wall attended Trump or Kamala rally, we're gonna expect a song.
That's what I'm saying.
It's for
Paul
anybody.
Wall would have done a song.
Yeah.
Even Megan Thee Stallion at least was shaking that ass up and down and giving us some twerk music.
I feel like it was a bamboozle, but I heard she got paid $10 million for that.
Yeah, but they're all saying that. And some people said she got paid $3 million. Some people said she didn't get paid anything.
Nah, Beyonce got paid.
Alex, you were joking, but one of the women in front of me was a single black mother with her young.
I wasn't joking. Why do you think I was joking about that?
You're making, but there was literally the caricature you're talking about was right in front of us, and she was so excited when Beyonce.
That's the woman I'm talking about in the story. I was sitting with you.
Well, but you went. I didn't know if you were. She was so hard.
We were there together. Remember?
And
I'm just telling a story about how a woman is with her single child. There's literally a woman with her single child right in front of me. How do you not know that that's the woman I'm referencing?
Oh, I thought you were down. You were down filming when she came on.
I'm just saying, we were with that damn woman. Her poor kid was crying. How could I forget that? I started crying when I saw the pain in that child's eyes. And I saw no father figure. Did you see her with a man? There's no man.
Of course not.
I don't know if he's in jail or not. I mean, that I did, I embellished that. But there was a single mom right in front of us. I'm not making that up. People are like, well, Alex, you're making, Brandon's saying I'm making stuff up. There was children there without dads, with their mom, wanted to see a Beyonce show, and they didn't get a Beyonce show. That's not cap. That's real. That's 100% real. And
did Brandon go stand by the mom?
Brandon was standing next to the mom. He was right. The mom was sitting in the seat right in front of Brandon, and the kid was right there too.
So they were a couple.
The mom and daughter, or mom and aunt, I don't know. There's no dad, though. I know there was a woman and a child.
I'm saying, did Brandon just basically filled in the dad role for
He did kind of fill in the dad role a little bit. He tried.
Tried to be the father that stepped up.
He did.
Someone has to.
Yeah, he did try to step up for that child. I didn't. I saw the kid crying. I'm like, this is fucked up. I gotta go. I didn't want to get involved. What do you think about gambling, Danya?
I think that gambling can be cool when you know your limits. Unless you, I don't know. I just feel
Is it cool to have $17,000 in credit card debt because you like to gamble on an online casino?
No, that's not good. I mean, in liquid form money, just cash money that you can just
Well,
Can you gamble? Hold
you
on.
can gamble on anything with this website. You can gamble on who will win the presidential election. Kalshi is the first and only legal prediction market in the United States of America. After years of working with the federal government, Kalshi got historical regulatory approval from the CFTC that enabled it to offer a new asset class called event contracts, which allow traders to take positions on whether a future event will happen or not. Like with stocks or commodities, people can now trade on any event that has an economic or social relevance to them. People use these markets to make money from their opinions/knowledge or to hedge risks they face. Additionally, when people trade on a question like who will win the U.S. presidency, Kalshi gets really accurate forecasts of whether the event will happen or not. Kalshi is the first regulated, legal, and regulated place to trade on the outcome of the real-world United States election. Invest in your opinion about who will win. Make trades from $1 to $100 million. Get started with a $20 cash bonus today. Kalshi will give you a Kalshi credit after your first trade. Join today by going to Kalshi.com/Alex. That's Kalshi.com/Alex. Now, I've been gambling on this thing. I've been gambling like crazy on it. Pri, tell them, speak loud. How much have I been gambling on Kalshi?
A lot.
And she's mad. And I'm waiting. If Donald Trump loses, I'm broke. I bet $19,000 that he's going to win the election.
Can I say something?
Of course.
I don't really care who wins at this point.
It's a bold statement, Cotton.
I mean, seriously, because it's like, for
Your
me,
life doesn't get affected either way.
you know what I mean? Like,
In a way, you are an illegal immigrant, right?
no, I'm legal.
Do you have a green card?
Yeah.
I'd like to fact check that. Jimmy, I know that he has one of these counterfeit green cards. Your grandmother's not legal.
Everybody is.
Is everybody legal in the Dunier clan? Which is fine if you're illegal. I love illegal immigrants. Are you kidding? How would I get my house clean? How would I get my lands
They're
clean?
here. They're here on the visa. They're not full citizens. So.
How did I call it?
Not everybody, like majority, but like a few of them are on visa.
Which is
Alex, we're
fine.
sending him back. We're sending him back when Donald.
Oh, yeah. Are you worried that Donald Trump might
I don't want to go
mass
anywhere.
deport your ass?
You know what? In 2020, I was.
What do you mean in 2020?
When he was that 2020 or 2020? Whenever he was running for president,
2020, yeah.
everybody.
That's when I stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, everybody was literally scared that I knew. Every African and Haitian immigrant in Florida that I knew was terrified when he became president.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
They probably stopped eating the cats. They probably cooled down on eating all those cats.
They were just like, everybody was literally trying to hurry and get citizenship. This is a real thing. Like, they were like, we got to hurry up.
You know, but it's funny. Everybody's worried about Donald Trump kicking out immigrants, but the real thing is he actually wants to give citizenship to people that graduate schools that are foreign students. So I don't think people need to be worried about mass deportation. Now, fellow comedian, friend of the show, probably one of my very best friends in all of comedy, Tony Hinchcliffe. He recently got in some hot water. He opened up the Donald Trump rally at Madison Square Garden, what some people, Hillary Clinton, described as a Nazi rally. And he said some off-color jokes. Now, I thought these jokes were funny. He was teasing Puerto Rico. I was like, who gives a damn about Puerto Rico? But apparently, Puerto Ricans do care. So let's play the joke.
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right, okay, we're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup.
Now, I didn't think that joke was that bad. I mean, obviously it's a joke. Like, he doesn't, I mean, there's probably a lot of trash in Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico recently. It was a nice island, but like, there was parts of Puerto Rico that got hit by a hurricane like 10 years ago, and the traffic lights still didn't work. I swear. The hotel, they're like, do not drive that area. Sometimes the traffic lights don't work. And I'm like, why don't they work? They're like, oh, we had a hurricane 8 years ago, and we still haven't got them fixed. So Puerto Rico's kind of ghetto. I'm
gonna share my opinion, but I hope this does not backfire, because literally this woman that cast me for stuff, she made a Facebook post about that guy you just mentioned.
She said what? About Tony? Said he's
like, she was disgusted.
Everybody's been going after.
She was disgusted, and I think because her husband is like half Puerto Rican, so
Alex, you do know that Puerto Rico, they do have like an actual landfill problem, right?
We have tons of trash floating all over. Yeah, we have
like,
islands
it's
of
an actual
trash.
problem. Now, I support the racism regardless, but they do have an actual like landfill.
I don't know if that's racist to say.
I don't think it's racist. I think that the joke was like wrong place, wrong time type thing.
Well, Anthony Cumia did have a good point. Anthony Cumia, we should have shared that tweet. But
the father of race relations.
Exactly, one of the most racist comedians of all time. I mean, he's hilarious. Anthony Cumia is one of the best. But he was like, and I don't think Anthony had any issue with the context of the joke or the joke. But he said this was dumb of the Trump party because instead of talking about how great of an event this was, Madison Square Garden filled up in New York City, a blue city with everybody wearing MAGA hats, they were able to spin it as a xenophobia conference of white hate and supremacy and denialism and Holocaust revisionism. I mean, they make it Nazi. I mean, they use every bad word to describe this rally. And when you have a clip of Tony saying something like that, now I don't think that was racist, but you're able to create that whole new narrative that it was a Klan rally, basically.
Yeah, I don't. To me, like because before you showed me the clip, I thought it was gonna be worse. And I don't know if that's because like I've been in fish tanks. I'm so used to
you're
shit.
desensitized.
Yeah, it's like that wasn't nowhere near racist.
Well, Megyn Kelly had a big issue with it. Let's play shot number 4.
It wasn't a Nazi rally. All that's nonsense. But I'm telling you, even for me, and I voted for Donald Trump last week, it was too brotastic. Okay? It was.
Too brotastic.
You're trying to win an election in which you're hemorrhaging female voters. Maybe
I think
when
Megyn
you
Kelly's
present
been
in front
snorting.
of
I need to snort some
hundreds of
Ozempic, but I think
thousands
she's
at
on
least
Ozempic.
at Madison Square
It looks
Garden.
like she's lost weight.
You clean up the bro talk just a little so you don't alienate women in the middle of America who are already on the fence about Republicans. Do they have no women advising their campaign? Is there no actual woman sitting behind the scenes coming up with the guest lineup and saying,
why would
let's
we
just
have
a
why would we have a woman
with the guys who are going to be speaking
help
about
us?
This isn't the
If
bar.
the campaign was about like
This
doing
isn't their
dishes
living
or
room.
raising a child.
This is a campaign. This is politics. We're trying to get him elected.
It's funny that Megyn Kelly would say this. Does Megyn Kelly not realize that we've never had a female president ever, and that women can't do stuff like that? So why would we want a woman? And Donald Trump has lots of women that work for him. What's that? That Margot McCoy girl's like his main.
Well, Alina Habba.
Alina Habba, yeah, he has women all around him. I can't.
Laura
Alina Habba,
Trump.
that Margot girl, Laura Trump. So I mean, Megyn Kelly, she's such a hater. She's hating on Josh. She's hated on me before too, and I respect Megyn Kelly. But she does look like I got to get on the Megyn Kelly diet. Does she not look a little thin?
No, she definitely has lost weight. I can kind of see it in her face.
I'm
But
saying
she's
her-
always been thin, though.
She cut
She's
out
always
the
been in good
Botox.
shape. That's what I'm saying. She's always been very fit, but she looks extra. I need to take whatever she's taking. All right, now this other guy got canceled, Girdusky. What's Girdusky's first name?
Ryan.
Yeah, I like Ryan Girdusky. Am I saying that right?
Is he
Yes.
like Middle Eastern or something?
No, he's actually not. But
he's a white guy.
He's a white guy, but he got in an argument with a Middle Eastern and said that his pager is going to blow him up. It's kind of funny. Now let's watch it.
If you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing.
You're called
stop
an
saying-
you've been called an anti-Semite more than anyone else at this table.
Yeah.
And people would
By
sit there
you.
and no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I don't.
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians. So I'm used to it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
well, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die?
You
should not.
No, I
Did
said,
you just say
no,
I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. I said,
No,
I did
he
not
didn't
say
say
that.
that.
No, I did not.
Look at that victim. Oh, you said I should be killed.
Let me
Oh, we
just
can't
stop.
say
said you
that.
hope my beeper
Beeper
doesn't
doesn't
go
go
off.
off.
I know they kicked him off set.
Of the Palestinians.
Hamas?
Guys, let me
I said
stop.
Palestinians.
Are you?
Am I what? No, of course I'm not.
Palestinians are
Then
not.
I apologize.
Are you a
Then I
racist, violent
apologize.
person?
Then I
He shouldn't have
apologize.
apologized. Ryan shouldn't have
That is
apologized.
completely.
No, I apologize.
Good
That
job,
is
CNN. Let's
completely
have first
out
block
of
say the
pocket.
Muslim guy
You
should
know
be
that.
blown
Then I
up
apologize.
on
Then I
TV.
apologize.
Don't
Then I
say
apologize.
then I
Wow.
apologize. You literally.
I thought you
Oh
said
my
Hamas.
gosh!
You didn't think I said
They're
Hamas.
all
I
just
said I
teaming
support
up on
Palestinian
him.
rights.
This is the best CNN's been in
Rudy
years.
Giuliani
Yeah, it
said
really
this
is.
yesterday, so you're a great guest to
Listen.
be here
All
to
right.
defend Rudy Giuliani's
Give me I one- wasn't going to give me- entertain give me one nonsense second. today, and so at this point,
This is what we're in
I
now.
can't
This is
do
America in
Here's what
2024.
I
Black
will
woman's
say.
talking.
Forget the
Listen.
racism.
That's right.
It's I should
That's
die.
right.
I didn't say that you
You
should
said,
die.
what does beeper mean? Don't give me a fake
I did not say you should die.
Why did you say with my beeper
So
go?
what did you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper?
So what did you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper?
No,
No, you didn't. You said, I hope your beeper doesn't go off.
Ryan, stop talking.
At least
He said he hopes it doesn't go off, so he hopes you
Yeah, he
don't
did
get
say
hurt.
it doesn't.
Yeah, he said, I hope it
This
doesn't.
is why yesterday's rally was disgusting.
Don't call us Nazis,
Oh
but I'm going
my
to threaten the
God.
brown guy as a
This is
terrorist
why.
and kill him.
Because I didn't ever say Donald Trump was Hitler. But do you know who stood on a stage yesterday and said, I want to come to the Nazi rally? I don't have to make up words and call you something. You're saying it for yourself. And what you just said
Kamala
right
Harris
here,
is a pimp
apologize,
handler.
but I didn't say I don't accept that apology, and you didn't even
That's
say it to
fine.
me.
I didn't say it to
was
you.
Did you just say,
disgusting,
I
but
don't
can be
accept that
offended
apology?
When you don't even say it to me.
It didn't
I'm
have
not
nothing
Puerto
to do with
Rican,
her, though.
but I was
No,
offended
he
by
didn't
what
even.
you said yesterday.
Yeah, why does he need to apologize to her? He didn't even say anything
Yeah.
to her. Yeah, come on.
Gotta apologize to black women, Alex. You've done
Yeah.
things wrong. you're
I
not
am
even aware
actually.
of.
You know, I do believe black women are sometimes unfairly treated. I think stereotypically they are. I think black women, the reason why they're a little sassy is because society is probably harder on black women. But that right there.
Yeah, that
He didn't say anything to her. I'm just saying there's
it's-
nothing. There's no
for
victim.
me,
He did not victimize her at all.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like you got to mind your business. That wasn't your fight, because I don't know. I just feel like why put yourself in it? He didn't owe you an apology.
But, and then she didn't even accept it. I've never even heard that. Like for saying a comment, like you're a drunk driver and you run over my daughter and you kill her. I would never accept that person's apology.
it's one
but
of-
somebody's make a joke and they say I'm sorry. I think I accept your apology. Let's move on.
It's one of those things like if Alex is standing between the Indian and the Japanese and they just having a race war off or whatever, just arguing, and you right there and you like, you don't need to say that, and you like, I don't want your apology for some shit. Like,
And I'm not even involved.
yeah, it don't have nothing to do with
Going
you.
ching chong ching, and I'm like, apologize to me, and I'm not Chinese. I know, I love it. All right, now are we ready for our very special guest? Now this woman is incredibly talented. She has hit songs. Was a member of a very iconic female pop group called the Pussycat Dolls, but she's much more than that. She does a lot of activism and has actually been boots on the ground in Israel helping people in the Gaza Strip. So she's a very smart person, and she's good for society. Let's welcome on the one, the only, Kaya Jones. Kaya, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So Kaya, real quick, I want to talk about this. What the heck? You were in Israel during a war zone? I mean, that seems like not a very safe place to go right now.
No, when I went over, the first trip was in December to January, and that was to bring care packages for the women and young girls who have been displaced from this war. So we did that. We did about 2,000 assembled kits for girls and women, and then we did about 20,000 trauma relief toys for children, visiting a lot of the hospitals. And then the second trip, which was very different, I went with Sheba Medical, who's really been leading in helping when the hostages have returned, bringing them back. And we did spend much time near Gaza and understanding this war better, speaking with many people who are involved in different levels, from bringing in the food side to Palestine, which a lot of people don't know because they've been hearing, oh, they're not bringing food and they're not helping, and Israel has been. And I think at the time, and this was in May, it was like 18,000 pounds of food had been brought in, about 3 meals a day for every single person inside of Gaza. So we spent a lot of time doing that. And then I stayed for an additional 3 months and went and fed soldiers and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And you talk a lot about sexual assault, and that's a narrative they've been talking about in Israel. Have you talked to hostages that were sexually assaulted?
I actually got to meet a lot of the survivors of Nova, and I spent a lot of time with family members from the hostages. So, of course, the family is hopeful that that's not been the situation, but the truth is when women are captured in war, it's scary. And so I think we need to be very much mindful of the seriousness of the amount of hostages that are still not released. And we don't know how many are alive and how many are not.
And that's very scary, just all the information that we're getting out of that area. Like you said, you're saying Israel is helping the hostages, but then you saw, I don't know if you just saw the clip, but now Hasan Medhi was arguing on CNN. So now you see these people on CNN that are pro-Palestine, that are kind of, perpetuating this narrative that they say it's a genocide. They say this, how bad it is. But that's what I'm saying. You see that on mainstream media, which I'm kind of blown away that narrative is able to be spewed on CNN. So is that false? I mean, what's really going on? If you could give us just kind of who's suffering the most in this situation? Because I'm sure that people in Israel are doing bad as well. Yeah.
See, I'll be honest with you. I believe, and this is going to be hard for people to hear, Israel is suffering the most because they didn't know that a war was going to be raged on them. October 6th, there was no war. Okay? There was no, we hate you and we're coming after one another. October 7th, 3,000 Hamas invaded Israel, okay? They went into the most liberal areas where most of the people that lived on that border actually helped Palestine with bringing children to hospitals, with food, with working, hiring, all those kinds of things. They were the first to be murdered and captured and taken hostage. These are the most liberal people, okay? So the war that started on October 7th, and a lot of people don't know about Nova. So I'm a recording artist. My whole life has been about having the party, bringing the singer, all of the things. Imagine you're at a party, and these are people from the ages of 18 years old to 40, 50 years old. They're having a party.
A music festival, right? I mean, you're at a music. I mean, I couldn't imagine a music festival. I've been to a bunch.
A music festival, and they're dancing because it was the Holy Week. So that whole week were high holy days, right? Which are the feast days we just had passed, biblical feast days. And so they were at this party, and men invaded the party with machine guns. Some of them came in, paragliding in, and started killing people. And we're talking about people that had they're not ready to start a war. They were not fighters on the battlefield. These are just kids that were murdered and had no way to protect themselves. And there were hours where the girls had to hide in bushes. And I went to these sites where thousands of people were killed. I mean, in total on October 7th, there were over 1,200 Israelis murdered, and over 300 were taken hostage. There is still 101 hostages that have not been released. I got very vocal about one specific hostage. She is still captured. Her name is Doron. Her favorite band was the Pussycat Dolls. And I got to go to her home and pray for her, because just, hearing about what she loved and how she loved my group, and she was a veterinarian, and she's been held hostage by Hamas for over a year. I can't imagine what she's had to live through. Last we knew, she was still alive, and so every day I pray that she comes home. But that's what took place on October 7th. So when you put people's backs against a wall and murder their women and their children and husbands and families that were burnt alive, elderly, burnt alive, Israel had to go into a war. And I don't think that they wanted that. What I have seen in Israel is the PTSD from the soldiers to the everyday, citizens. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of, they want their hostages home. They want their people home. And if someone did that to the United States, we would have pummeled them. So to think that Israel is not in their grounds to do what they need to do, unfortunately, these terrorists make tunnels under the city of Palestine, which is why we say that they're using human shields. They're tunnels. They've spent millions of dollars in building these networks of tunnels that makes it impossible when you're going after these bad guys and you have, information on where they are. They're under a school or they're under a hospital. I mean, it's pure evil when you see Palestine needs to be freed from Hamas. That's how bad this is. So,
who do you think the spiciest Spice Girl was?
I'm gonna go with Jerry.
Not sporty.
No, I'd go with Jerry or Posh. I loved them.
Victoria Beckham probably was the spiciest, though, right? I mean,
Victoria Beckham's so cool.
I like Mel.
Who do you like? Wait. Now, Dunye, I don't know if you can see Dunye. We're here with Dunye. He's actually from Ghana. He's a refugee from Ghana. Dunye, who is your favorite Spice Girl?
Mel.
Oh, Mel B, of course. Scary Spice.
She's great.
I know,
Her
but
hair was amazing.
Kaya, was it racist to call the African American Spice Girl scary? I mean, don't you think that was? Do you think that Dunye, is that racist? And why would they call her scary? And isn't that messed up? Why couldn't we call her Happy Spice or like?
Scary could mean a good thing though.
Yeah, I thought it was about her wild hair. So it was like a lion. So it was like rawr. You know what I mean?
Okay, tell us though, when you're working so hard as you're singing, I'm sure you've been singing since you're very young, right? Is it hard to get in the girl group? Because I imagine your egos are in there. Like I bring up the Spice Girls because they're the most iconic, probably pop group of all time, especially female. And you've had a lot of hit songs. Is it hard to kind of sing in a group? Because I'm sure all of you guys probably all have good voices, all talented. Nicole, how do I say Scherzinger? I can't even say her name. I'm sure.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Scherzinger. I can't even say. I have a mild. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm vaccine injured, even though it's safe and effective. A little BP, but Nicole, she's a famous actress. I'm just saying, what is the kind of the dichotomy or the breakdown of having all of these women with egos in a group? Was it very challenging?
Yeah, definitely. There were those of us that were closer than others. There were, girls that did more singing than others and girls that did more dancing than others. I think you recognize you're a team. So it was a process of 5,000 girls that they narrowed down to the top 3 or top 5 and then down to the top 3. And then myself, Melody, and Nicole joined the ensemble that was already an established group.
And then you guys just became a group. They just put you in a studio, and I know, but like, who's writing the songs? I know I'm asking you. I'm not trying to sound like I don't know, but like, who does somebody naturally take the captain role? It's like I'm the queen bee. Like,
no, I was more of a captain role when it came to our contracts and just how I felt it was going because I had already been signed and I could see that this was going to be an issue. Definitely, there was no team leader. There was an owner of the dolls that kind of controlled everything. No, we didn't get any say in that. We wrote songs, we sang, but at the end of the day, you're owned. You don't get much say in, not even what you wear or my lipstick color. Everything is decided.
What do you mean? Like, do you have a costume designer? Like, you can't even choose what you want to wear, like, for every performance? What about when you're not performing?
No, listen, one time that was really bad, no, you're never, I never was allowed to pick my outfits, but wow. I remember being told, like, you have to wear this. And I was really disappointed. And it was like, they called it like the fat girl pants. And this is what's crazy is,
I would wear those pants. Yeah, I'm the fat boy pants.
No, legit, that was what was said to me.
Because I have fat pants. But to be honest, everybody's got pants when they're a little bloated that they wear. I have fat pants.
But this is the messed up thing.
Yeah, you're on stage.
They were like the pants were like this big. So when you hear that, that's not good.
No, especially all of you guys are very thin, dancers, so nobody was fat.
But apparently I was. That's what I was told anyway. So I was put in pants a lot. And,
well, is that worse though? Because the New York Ballet, how they're like, you hear about the ballerinas, they measure their waist. The Rockettes, I think they do that. A lot of dancers, they hold you to a much higher standard than an average citizen. I think that kind of comes with the territory, right?
An average citizen.
Yeah, well, you're not. You're a dancer. Really, you're a performer, so they can make you. Like those ballerinas.
When you're already really emaciated, I don't think that's good. I think that could mess with young women and make them have a lot of issues later down the line.
It definitely is. And we talk about Hollywood and how people use power and influence to basically not just sexually manipulate people, but mentally and physically manipulate people.
Sure.
And so let's play full screen. Let's just show this tweet about the depravity in Hollywood, full screen 7. Now, Jimmy, read that. 'cause I can't
So
read it.
this is from a 2017 article. Ex-Pussycat Doll claims the group was really a prostitution ring. And then
Yeah.
he said, here you go, Elon Musk.
Well, this is a very viral tweet. I know that you said this. Well, did they make you have sex with powerful people? I mean, Kaya, be honest. What does that tweet mean?
Well, no one can make you do anything, right?
That's not true. My
to-
girlfriend can make me do whatever the hell she wants. I have to do whatever she tells me to do. She can make me do whatever I want.
That's awesome. No, I think no one can make you do anything, but they put you in a pretty precarious situation where you don't feel like you have many options. And that's pretty much for me why I left. I felt that it was just too much abuse and too much of not what it's about. Like, I actually am a singer. I just like music. I love writing songs. That's like, I'm not trying to be something else and pretend to be a singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know this, and I know this, and most people probably should know this, that Hollywood's not a meritocracy. Like, it's not the most talented person makes it. It's, you know, you have to have some talent for sure, but you also have to play the game, right?
Well, what's the game?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, you know, they put you in situations where you feel like if this is a record producer or something, you have to sleep with them because you think it's best for your career. So even though you might be super talented, that's not always enough to become, get a record label or become famous, right?
But it should be enough.
It should. I think it should be a meritocracy. I'm just saying.
I say this because we're living in a time where we're giving people and currying favor because we think it's okay, rather than they're qualified. Like, whoever's qualified to be president should be president. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes down to, you're not going to braid my hair at night. You're going to go and battle with men that want to kill us. Okay. So yeah, I don't need you to be my buddy. I need you to be a warrior. At the end of the day, if as a singer who's influencing little girls and boys that want to grow up and entertain or perform, they should look to people that take it seriously, like, not too seriously, but definitely not trying to sleep your way up the chain of command, because at the end of the day, it should just be about, I'm a good singer. That's it. Or I make good music. How about that?
Yeah, good music. Well, do you think that they were trying to be sexually subversive by calling you guys the Pussycat Dolls? Because the word...
I mean, it was so overly sexualized.
Yeah.
It was like our name was sex. We sang about sex. We looked like sex. It was like overkill. For me, it was like, is there anything to the imagination? And then where do you go from here? And that's a lot of the reason why I think I'm so vocal now, is look at how the music industry has turned into just a mess, and there's no more inspiration because everything's just, we're so desensitized. So now they're going almost demonic, and it's like, that's not hot either, you know?
No, Travis Scott, I mean, they're going full demonic. They're basically doing satanic rituals. No, I mean, and like, you know, to be fair, and because I talk about this, you know, I believe these elites are doing weird stuff, but they've always kind of like, they used to call it satanic panic. Like artists, they like Aleister Crowley. That's actually been a thing in Hollywood for a long time, where they've always kind of like worshipped the devil and the occult. That's not necessarily new. You know, it's actually been happening for a long time.
I think it was more behind the scenes though, because I used to say when I left the Dolls, like everything was really evil, and people would be like, what do you mean? Everything looks so glamorous. Now it's so like out there. There's no hiding anymore. So, but I think they hid it a little better back then.
Yeah, probably right. Now it's all been exposed, especially after that Jeffrey Epstein. Did you ever get flown to a private island on a plane like that?
I did not. No, you won't see my name on any of those manifests.
Good.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, thank goodness. Okay, now I don't know how much you can say because this is such a controversial topic, but the one, the only Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, who's in jail. Yeah. And, you know, he was a serial abuser, would have these parties, like freak-offs. Now, let me say this, though. You said people can't be forced to do anything. If you go to a freak-off, are you forced to have anal sex with Puff Daddy? Or, I mean,
well, no, if you're held against your will. Listen, if you're held against your will. I said it was like, when I used words, it's like, and even Britney Spears has used, she felt like she was trafficked. Yeah. She said that. It's because you don't have control over, you know, your car service doesn't show up and you get sent home with a gentleman from the event who's an executive, and you have to basically really excuse yourself at the end of the night if you're able to. I mean, yeah, no. So I don't think people can force you into something, but if they're making it impossible for you, then yeah, in a way it is kind of forcing.
It is. No, I agree. It's coercion. Now, Danye, what do you want to say to Kaya?
But I also know some of those events, like they take your phone. So some of this is actually, in my opinion, very, very, very.
They make you sign an NDA too, don't they? Oftentimes, that's what I hear. Like you go to the party, you sign a contract before you can even walk in.
Yeah, and I've had contracts where I wasn't allowed to say Jesus's name. I wasn't allowed to clarify who I pray to.
You got to be kidding! You couldn't even say. And you hear that, like we always hear that. Is that a rumor? Is that true? So they said you can't even bring up Jesus at all. But what?
You're never allowed to define who God is.
That's crazy because I would think that since y'all are different people and probably different religions, like why not have the Christian one? Why not have the Jewish one? Why not have the Muslim? I mean, no, seriously. I mean, you think that would appeal to the audience? Like, I would want a girl saying, if I'm just a record producer. Yeah, I would want the girl saying, praise Jesus. Yeah. I mean, that would get more eyeballs. And then it's like people don't realize Creed was a Christian band. They kind of hit it. It's kind of cool to kind of have Christ in there. I think that would actually just open it up to more people, not less people. What, Danye, sir?
Oh, so since we're on that topic about like people trying to seduce you, I've had one incident like that with one guy here in Dallas. He's a executive for...
And Danye's an actor. You might have seen him on, you were an extra on what movie?
A few, but Fishtank. I'm on Fishtank.
He was a main actor, reality show on Fishtank, but what movie were you an extra on?
Oh, I was an extra in The Chosen.
We all start somewhere. Don't
More
make
than one
The Chosen, yeah. He was on this Christian show, The Chosen. But so he's an actor, a struggling actor. You know how it is. You're trying to make it. Okay. And what happened, Danye? So you're...
no, this is a real story. Like, this is real. It was this guy who moved to my apartment, and a cool white guy or whatever.
So this had nothing to do with acting?
Yes.
Okay.
Because like we were talking as he was passing by, and he is an executive for, I think, Ticketmaster or Eventbrite.
But he's living in the same apartment complex as you? That's kind of...
No, he was though. Like,
Okay. Keep going.
And he lived like 3 doors down. And always drunk whiskey and stuff, and slowly chopping it up neighbor to neighbor. And so he gets to know like a little bit about me, and he's like, well, I'm an executive at Ticketmaster. I can get you any type of backstage passes for whoever you want to meet. You know, you can hang out with me. And slowly but surely, he started popping questions, and then the next day he was like, you know, can he...
No.
And I was so uncomfortable because
he asked to have sex with you, or he wanted you to do it to him?
He wanted to have sex with me. But like when he said it, like I was so surprised because the way he manipulated it, he made it seem like he wasn't even like, you know, like in the field. You know what I mean? But it was so weird and like lore. Like he gave me whiskey.
Did you have sex with him?
Fuck no.
Alex, can I ask a quick producer question before she goes?
Yes.
So Kaya, big fan. You were. I had a poster of you up in my bedroom in middle school. So this is a big deal for me.
He really did. Yeah.
So
I don't know why his parents let him have that. His parents are very Christian.
Yeah. No, I had to hide it, and I've actually been telling people that you're my daughter's godmother. So if anyone asks about it, just play
you have to agree with that. Yeah. If anybody asks, Kaya, you are his daughter's godmother.
Baby Tiff.
Baby Tiff.
But anyway, so yeah. But do you have any cool stories or funny events with some celebrities? I'm assuming you met a lot of cool things.
Yeah, what's the meanest celebrity you remember? I know there was somebody that's mean to you that you're like, I want to.
Like cool things? I mean, I was at a dinner with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and she didn't speak.
She didn't speak one time?
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird. And were you like, hey,
It was kind of like, okay, wait, hold on. It was like, yeah, like she moved her head like robotically and she didn't speak.
You know what's so funny? I was just at the political rally, and Beyonce, Kamala Harris told everybody, oh, Beyonce's going to perform. She didn't. She was only on stage for 3 minutes. But it's funny, that head thing, like when she was backstage, Kelly and her weren't saying much. That's like, she almost was like moving robotic. Like her head was kind of moving. I swear, like
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
She was kind of always moving like this. Like, I don't know if she was trying to be
very slow, very robotic, and she didn't speak.
Yeah, like I don't know if she was trying to be sexy, but that's crazy. That is exactly how I would describe her mannerisms. Like she was just kind of robotic, but she was always kind of moving her head. Like it was like she couldn't just sit still, but she wasn't like going like this. It was just kind of like slow. You know what I mean? It was just kind of slow movements. Like
Sasha Fierce.
Sasha Fierce. So what do you think it is when she says my alter ego is Sasha Fierce? Is that her demonic possession? What is that all about?
I don't know. At the end of the day, I just know this industry has a lot of wickedness. And so at the end of the day, I pray that she, builds a strong relationship with Jesus. And she's never actually come out publicly and said who her God is, but she always does say that she prays to God. So I just hope that, she builds a strong relationship with Jesus. I really do. I pray for everyone, even the girls I was in a group with. Because I'm still in the music industry. I'm not, even though I'm now in the gospel side of it, I'm still in the industry. So there's not a lot of people. You all kind of are going to come in contact at some point. So I wish all of them well,
Is Justin Timberlake to blame for Britney Spears' mental health issues, or is it her parents?
I'm not gonna say he's to blame, but Britney was so famous at one point, and everything that was part of that bubble of fame was also her relationship, right? So it wasn't just her music; it was like her whole life was this massive bubble of fame, and a big piece of that was this guy from NSYNC. Mm-hmm. And
he cheated, right? Didn't he cheat? Didn't he get caught cheating?
There was a situation where I think both of them did something they probably shouldn't have. They were young. I mean,
they were kids. Yeah.
But I definitely think she's a really sweet person. I've worked with her, and she's really not been treated fair. She's gone through hell, and a lot of people have no idea how much of a cash cow she's been for so many people in this business. She's bought many homes, supplied many cars, you name it, for many people. And she's really not been given just space. Like, just let her do whatever it is she wants to do, So she's a nice girl. Something really interesting, when I was working with her, she dropped 10 pounds before we went on stage, all from her posture. That was crazy.
She's that talented that she can hold her body. She can make herself. She can contort herself.
She literally went from I'm so nervous, y'all, and then all of a sudden it was she turned on, it's Brit, and she stood up straight. She pushed her shoulders back.
So basically, you're saying she's a reptile. Is that what you're saying? Is she a lizard?
No.
Well, all of a sudden you're like, whoop, she says it's Brit, and then now she's 10 pounds skinnier and has a good posture and moving around.
I guess you could say somebody would then say she's like a shapeshifter, but that's
literally what you just described. She's like, all of a sudden she loses 10 pounds and she's alert and she's.
No, it was more her posture. She just turned on. I think it was mental. She more turned on I'm the hottest girl in here, and it really did translate. I've never seen. I think she's just a good actress. She really just turned it on. I'm ready to perform. And that to me was whoa. And I remember Nicole was like, did you see that? And I was like, yeah, did you see that? We were both like.
You guys saw her do her reptilian shift, and you guys are still talking about it. Okay, now last thing before you go, Kaya, thank you for all of your activism. We really appreciate it. Now, tell Dunye for real. Dunye told me that he was recently, and he's from Jacksonville, and that he experimented with pink cocaine. Is that what you did? What was it called? Will you tell him how dangerous it is to do pink cocaine, Kaya?
Don't do any cocaine, okay? Please don't. Just stay away from it. Go to coffee. Coffee will give you that boost. And you know what? You're not going to mess up your temple because you're beautiful.
Thank you.
So don't do it.
Dunye, say you're not. Promise her that you're not going to use pink cocaine.
I won't use pink cocaine anymore.
Okay, you can call me. I'll be your sponsor. You call me when you get that urge.
And he will call you. Once I give him your number, he's going to call you constantly. So you probably set yourself up for a disaster. But Kaya, thank you so much for joining us. Tell the people how they can find you and support you before you go.
Yeah, just at Kaya Jones on all socials. And how you can support me right now is Shiloh TV. It's my network. We just launched it. And everything on there is for country and for God and Israel. So we are a free streaming company. We just want you to keep spreading the gospel.
Awesome. Thank you, Kaya. Keep up the great work. And thank you for being so candid.
Guys.
You rule. All right, now, guys, the second presidential debate exposed the blatant truth. The media is no longer just biased. It's controlling the narrative. Kamala was given free rein to lie without a single fact check, while President Trump was bombarded with constant interruptions and phony corrections. It's glaringly obvious we are living in a media-controlled state. From President Biden's quiet exit from the political scene to Kamala's carefully orchestrated rise and the persistent efforts to undermine, can't even read, and even harm President Trump. The media's hand has been evident throughout. Blaze Media is the antidote. While mainstream outlets distort and deceive, Blaze Media is committed to delivering the truth for those who love and fight for the American way of life. We refuse to be controlled or silenced. At a time when media manipulation is at its peak, independent platforms like Blaze TV are more crucial now than ever. We also post our exclusive uncensored interviews like Alex Jones and our Monday night show on Blaze TV. That's why right now we're offering our biggest discount yet, $40 off an annual subscription. If you love this show and you support what Blaze Media stands for, visit blazetv.com/primetime and use the code PIMPONABLIMP40 at checkout to join the movement. America deserves the truth. You deserve the truth. Blaze Media is here to deliver it. That is Pimp on a Blimp 40, and we're not talking about 40 ounces of malt liquor, Dunye. So you're going to stop using pink cocaine?
Yeah.
Also, we got a $20 super chat from Matthew Adams. Oregon loves Alex Stein.
Matt Adams is key, dude. He was my wingman, and he helped me out so much. We got a lot of good footage. We're going to be showing that all week long. Now, Dunye, Season 3 of Fishtank has officially started, and we have Fishtank alum, Bitch Game alum, the one, the only Dunye.
That picture, oh my God.
And Dunye, that was like your first day in the house, right? Or was that?
No, that was like probably the second week.
That was the second week. That was a rough day right there.
Yeah, it was bad.
And you see how rough that is. The new house guest. Do you have any clips of the new house guest, or just full screen 10 to 11? Let's check.
We got some full screens, but then we can play the clip of the reveal they did today.
Okay, so now look at these 12 people.
This is the new cast: Alex B, Ted, Smack,
we don't need to read them all.
Peyton, Mizzy, Symbol. Okay. Shut up, Jimmy. Symbol, Luke, LaRon, Ian, Bert, Binks, and Alexis.
And you know, they got a guy from The Bachelor, or excuse me, from Big Brother,
Yes.
BB25. He said the N-word and he got kicked off the show.
I believe that's Luke.
That's Luke, and he looks like he's a challenger. I think Luke's going to go all the way to the end. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction right now. But then I sent them Josh Sider because Josh doesn't know anything about Sam Hyde, and they said, oh no, they're already casted. They didn't need Josh, which I appreciate the Fishtank crew even letting me, be a part of it at all. But Dunye, let's watch this clip. Then I want to get your reaction and predictions for season 3 of Fishtank.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Episode 1 is officially live on Hulu.
Who was that screaming? Ted?
What was that guy's name? Was that Alex that was screaming?
Yeah, that was Alex.
It's Alex. So who do you predict? I think Luke's gonna. I mean, he may not win it, but he'll be in the top 3. It's hard to tell who's gonna win it because I've only seen a few clips. I can't really. I just think he's in the leader. He's the leader right now, in my opinion.
He's doing well so far. I think just as a personality and talent, he's doing really well. But it's still too early to tell. But I like Binks a lot. The girl with the.
You do like Binks.
Binks and Ted is cool.
And a lot of people don't realize this, though, Dunya, because I was on multiple reality shows. I was on a Big Brother type one. I was on a cooking show, Worst Cooks in America. And it was always kind of hard when I was on those shows. And obviously the internet was back then, but that was my main, those are the only cool gig that I had. And it did kind of make me sad when I would see the new cast, and then they forget about our cast. We were nothing. Then you see the social media poster about the new players and the new thing and the new season. And it did make me feel some type of way. How does it make you feel? Do you feel some type of way?
No, honestly, I do not feel any type of way. I'm happy that they are giving more authentic people, who don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because my situation was different from theirs.
Well, you didn't know. That's why you were so good.
I didn't know, but I like you saying, it was so sudden. This is way different for them. But I'm happy for them. I've earned my fair share of things.
You have, and obviously the crew, the Fishtank crew loves you. Do you think, and you said this before the show, that they haven't reached out to you, but I'm guessing they have to do something with some returning players at some point. You don't think? Have you not heard anything?
I have not heard anything too much.
They wouldn't want to do it early because I would imagine at some point they're going to do. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't talked to him enough, but I just some returning players to do something. But I don't know.
Yeah, I will say for me personally, like I didn't expect to work as frequently as I have from the time that I've started working with them. Mm-hmm. And
has Fishtank changed your life?
Yes, it has improved my life. I have a paid-off car. I wasn't working before Fishtank, but now like I don't work full time because I have like other things and fish fans that still support me and.
So you're happy that you went on the show?
Yes, I'm happy. I went on the show 3 times.
And you're going to go on again. They're going to figure out a way to put you on, don't they?
Whenever.
This is the problem, though, is now they got these influencers. They don't want all these, like, they don't want the old cast to blow their cover, but I think at some point they're going to probably do something weird with it.
I think for me, like.
You should be working on the crew, though. They need to get you as a crew guy.
Maybe. I mean, depending on what they have me do, but, like, I don't think I could ever blow a cover because, like, I've literally made people believe, like, the craziest stuff when I've worked with them.
Yeah. So you could handle it.
Yeah, I could handle it. I would actually make them probably want to leave the house by the things I say.
Ooh, I like that. Well, we're going to be in contact with the Fishtank crew. Everybody needs to go to fishtank.live and watch the newest season. It's just started. Before we go, Brendan, what is it on? Is this day 3, day 2? Day 3, so it's not too late. You guys can all start watching Fishtank.live. You can use the hashtag FishtankLive on Twitter to find all of the awesome clips. And this has been our show. So, Dunye, how can people find you and support you before we end the show?
Follow me on Instagram, not on Twitter. Twitter is just a lot. I deal with a lot of hate, for real.
I do, too. It's
my DMs, I can't. Just follow me on Instagram.
What are some of your DMs? Like, what's the sickest thing they say?
The sickest things they say or the sickest things that I've seen.
Yeah, like what do they send you? Nude pictures? What do you see?
Racist stuff, funny stuff. The racist stuff is funny though. Like I can handle them. Nudes, a lot of nudes I've got.
So guys are just sending dick pics like that?
It doesn't start off like that, but it builds up over time. Like I had to.
It never starts off like. If it starts off like that, they deserve to go to jail.
I had to block somebody because like he was literally called. Like he will literally call my Instagram. This is a random fan or whatever.
Try to show you pictures of his genitals.
Like saying sexual stuff, or whatever, and like probably, but I just never.
Some people are too horny.
Yeah, just too horny.
People need to stop being so damn horny, guys and females.
Or let it out. Just let it out before you get on the internet. Let the cream out before you get on the internet. Like just let it out. I just feel like you should just let it out.
All right, guys. So that's been our show. Apparently, Dunye wants to help you let the cream out. All right, we end the show the same way every time with the freestyle finale. Oh, real quick, who do we have tomorrow on the show? Vern Lundquist.
Verdos. And we need to pick a conspiracy to Virdas. I think that's how his name.
He's in a wheelchair, and he's in a.
I actually bought 2 cars.
He bought 2 cars from Fishtank. Well,
but I sold the other one in Florida. I sold that one.
Okay, good. Sell that junk. All right, guys, we end the show the same way every time with that freestyle finale. DJ, hit that beat. Fish tank, holla, do your rank, and you know you ain't a skank. Dunye, you wanna see? Just grab the mic and sing it tight. Go Dunye, go Dunye.
I'm here with Alex. He's the one that got me on the tank. We in here, and once we get on the ship, it sinks. We don't play no games. We bout our dough. Brandon in the cut, and he looking for the hoes.
We got money. We got drink. You know I got to say I thank. You should watch tomorrow's episode and make sure to go send Dunye some weird pictures on Twitter.
Please don't.
Yes, go send him whatever the hell you want. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Peace. Good night.